Francois wakes up to discover that Spitz has disappeared. He is deeply disappointed, although the travels must continue. Thinking that Spitz's spot is now his, Buck casually walks over to take it. However, Solix is appointed the new head. Francois discovers that Buck believes that it is proper. After many beatings, he makes Buck the lead dog. This will add to the differences between Buck and Spitz because Buck thinks he deserves it, but Spitz knows when he deserves it. When they arrive at Squawgery and the dogs are sold to the Scotsman, Dolly becomes mad, and under his control, she ends up dying from his hand. Eventually the dogs are sold to Hal, Mercedes, and Charles. These owners are not like the others. They aren't quite as serious about the gold rush as the others were. Mercedes insists on having tons of luggage with her, including pots, pans, a tent, and tons of clothing. When the dogs can't pull the heavy weight, Mercedes is told to take at least half of it off. This helps until she decides that she needs. They overfeed the dogs and they run out of food for them, so they give the dogs horse feed, which makes the dogs completely weak to the point that they cannot pull the sleds anymore. After a long journey, the team comes across John Thornton's camp. There they are warned that the ice is melting, causing unsafe conditions for travel. Hal couldn't get Buck up because Buck was so out of fit, so he got his knife out to kill him. John stepped in the way and saved Buck's life. Buck stays with John, while the others end up collapsing under the ice about a mile away from camp because they went with Mercedes, Hal, and Charles. John slowly nurses Buck back to proper health. He takes gentle care of him the entire time. John loves Buck to a point where he takes a pair of his old moccasins and creates a set of shoes for Buck to wear to protect his paws. Once healed, Buck becomes John's protector. He saves him from a bar fight, facing the rapids to save him, and then by pulling a sled with 1,000 pounds of flour on it to win. Then the gang travels to the lodge for gold. Buck is constantly venturing off to be with the wolves, and constantly returning at the same time to be with Thornton. After a 2-day visit with the wolves, Buck returns to find John and the others dead from an Indian attack. This is when Buck decides to go live with the wolves and become one with the Thing.